Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about the parietal bone. Here you can see the skull and the green color bone is the parietal bone. Let's start our topic with introduction of parietal bone. Parietal bone is paired bone. That means there will be two parietal bones in every skull. They are flat bones and located on the sides and roof of the skull. It plays crucial role in protecting the brain, forming cranial wall and serve as attachment site for muscle, and that's the reason this bone is really important. Talking about the anatomy of parietal bone, each parietal bone has four borders, four angles and two surfaces. And we will talk about borders and surfaces, we will talk about its angle and its surfaces. First, we will talk about borders and sutures of parietal bone. The first border is sagittal borders that join the left and right parietal bone at the sagittal suture. The next border is frontal border that articulates with the frontal bone at the coronal suture. The next border is occipital border that connects with the occipital bone at the lambdoid suture. And the next border is squamosal border that meets the temporal bone at the squamosal suture. Now let's talk about the angles of parietal bone. They are frontal angle where the sagittal and frontal border meets. They are sphenoidal angle, that is basically the intersection of frontal and squamosal border. Then it also has occipital angles that is formed by the sagittal and occipital border, and mastoid angle where the occipital and squamosal border meet. Now let's talk about the surfaces of parietal bone. They include external surfaces that is convex and it features the parietal eminence, superior and inferior temporal line and parietal foramina. And it also has internal surface that is concave and contain groove for blood vessels and meningeal arteries. Now let's talk about the functions of parietal bone. The first function is protection as it shields the parietal lobes of the brain. The second function is structural support as it forms a cranial vault. And the third function is muscle attachment as it provides encourage for temporalis muscle and many other muscles. And next function is sensory role as it houses blood vessels and nerves. Now let's talk about the articulations of parietal bone. The parietal bone connects with 5 other bones. So every parietal bone, as there are 2 parietal bones in every skull, so both parietal bone connects with the 5 other bones. They are frontal bone as it is connected anteriorly to the frontal bone, occipital bone as parietal bone is connected posteriorly with the occipital bone, temporal bone it is connected laterally with the temporal bone, sphenoid bone and the parietal bone is connected with the sphenoid bone and anterior inferiorly, and it is also connected with the opposite parietal bone in the medial area at the mid sagittal section or sagittal suture. Now let's talk about the clinical significance of parietal bone. They include fracture as they are common in head injuries leading to brain trauma. It is important for cranial surgery as it is important in neurosurgical procedure, and it is also important in parietal bone defect that can cause cranial deformities. Now let's talk about the conclusion of our lecture. The parietal bone is a vital structure that contributes to the cranial protection, support and function. Its anatomy, articulation and clinical relevance make it an essential topic in medical studies. So this was all about the parietal bone. Hopefully you liked the video. If you do, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Thank you for watching.